crash on the highway. It was in the midst of a storm that I settled down in some cafe in the east part of the city. The sky was clearing up after a long rain that I walked through. 20 miles isn't too far by bike. I had no bike. The cafe was cozy and the barista knew sign language. She knew my order before I lifted a single hand. She handed me some leftover bread and plastic wrapping because she knew I had no money to be spending on coffee. I did it anyways. Keeping one's phone charged is important here in East Union. My charger was broke. The barista took my phone and charged it on her wireless while I drank my coffee and read my book. It was an old copy of H.G. Wells' The Island of Dr. Moreau. The creatures reminded me of people I met in my walks. Just when things were beginning to seem normal, as the moon was setting and everyone in the world seemed to relax, I heard the piercing sound of a semi. An 18-wheeler slammed on its brakes as I saw it nearly flatten a pedestrian crossing the road. Poor guy was dressed in all black and walking in the dark. He did have the right-of-way. My phone was still charging, but the barista, who had less hearing than I did, was busy cleaning the bathrooms. Thankfully, this very tall woman pulled out her phone at the scene outside. She had just exited the woods across the street. She had a beauty beyond looks. She had a beauty you could tell of before exploring. Mainly, she was a sight better than the flattened pedestrian. The truck had already left. I couldn't return to my book after seeing all that. All I could do was remember my ex-wife. How the argument that split us apart had been so minute, so petty and meaningless. How willing she was to throw away 10 loving years of memories and good times. It broke my heart. I kept seeing the pedestrian getting crushed in my head. I ate my bread and drank my coffee. I put my book in my inner shirt pocket and used the bathroom after telling the barista everything I had seen. I came out of the bathroom. "That was a fast cleanup," she signed to me. "How do you mean?" I at first thought she meant the bathroom. "No cops, ambulance, the street is empty already." Her eyes twinkled a bit. She knew I was prone to rare hallucinations. She kept my meds safe for me after all. What? I looked outside the cafe windows where I saw the dreadful event occur. The street was empty. No bone-crushed flattened pedestrian. I scratched my head and rubbed my eyes. It was getting closer to curfew. The 24-hour cafe would probably have a good 8 hours before another customer came in. Ordnance bots shined their lights a half-mile down the forested highway. Mary, the barista, shut off the cafe lights. She turned off the music and let me into the huge closet where I slept many nights when I was out past my 2 curfews. One was mandated by the state when the government got bought out by big tech companies trying to sell the idea of artificially intelligent police. The other curfew was in place by the shelter I frequented. Honestly, I preferred the cafe, but Mary could only hide so many stowaways for so long. The night was dark and quiet. The birds fell asleep, as did I, and the wind carried on the clouds withdrawn, revealing a million visible stars.